Hello, hello. Welcome to Wellbeing Wednesday. So, I decided to retire Sunday Silver for lots of different reasons. And Wellbeing Wednesday is what it's going to be for a while anyway. Who knows what'll happen after that? So, I am live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I decided that TikTok was just distracting me and not adding any value to my video. So here we are. And my name is Hadassah Attar. I am excited to be here with you. And I am a life coach. I am a well-being advocate, hence the title of this live. And I want to tell you why I don't sell weight loss. It's interesting because I've been working with a company for almost 9 years now. And this company started off as a weight loss company. And I've always had very conflicted feelings about it because I use the products mostly for um, just for feeling better. I started 9 years ago because I was really sick and I was not digesting my food properly. And so I started using these products just because they were easy to digest. And then I felt better. And then things went from one thing to the other. And here we are 9 years later. But the fact remains, I was always very conflicted about talking to other people about it because I don't believe that necessarily the pinnacle of well being is people losing weight. So I think we live in a culture where a lot of people make a lot of money telling other people that they're broken and that they need to change and that their miracle product is going to make everything better for them. And I was particularly struck by this actually the other day. I was watching someone who's not in my company, she's in a different company, and they have good products too, and that's not the point. But this is someone who is very, very focused on the weight loss side of what their products do. And I should say that their company, just like the one that I work with, has lots of different products. But she was specifically talking about how when she weighed 200 pounds or 300 pounds, possibly, she's quite tall. And she weighed, yeah, she's at her heaviest, she weighed 300 pounds and she hated herself. And then she lost 155 pounds and her life is so much better. And she became a trainer and nutritionist, and now she makes lots and lots of money uh, telling other people how to do what she did, which, good for her. That seems to have made things better for her. And but let's go back to the statement that when she weighed 300 pounds, she hated herself. And that is where I have an issue. And thankfully, we now have people like Lizzo, who probably weighs at least that, and is a joyful, healthy, dancing, singing, twerking, flute playing, absolute marvel of a person. And that's the whole thing. It doesn't necessarily look, when people are unhappy, very often they will put on weight. There was a reason that when we were all so stressed out a couple of years ago, that everybody, a lot of people put on weight. Not everybody, a lot of people put on weight. But I mean, they weren't moving as much, etc. There's all sorts of reasons. But stress will definitely cause you to um, pack on some toxic fat, which is just your body trying to protect you from bad things that are going on in the world. But that is not a moral failure. There is nothing wrong with you if you do not live up to the ideal of a thin white girl or boy. Boys don't necessarily have to be thin, but definitely if you were socialized as a woman in our society, then there is absolutely no question that it was drilled into you that to be beautiful and successful, you had to be thin and white and cis and quiet and nice and modest and well behaved and all of those things. And the fact is that if you are not any of those things, then clearly you are someone who should be hating herself, like this person I was talking about. And I find that just heartbreaking. What I've seen many times is that when people are feeling better, very often they will drop some of that toxic fat that their body is holding on to. There's no question about that. But a lot of people do things the wrong way around. They think that if they uh, go on a diet, and let me tell you, I spent my teenage years watching my mother diet and dieting myself. And it's amazing, once I graduated from high school, a lot of that stress fat that I had, just because high school is a terrible place for most people, um, it went away. So, and I've found that many times in my life. If you think that dieting and following a program, even an excellent program like the one that my company has, if you think that if you follow that program and you drop some physical weight, which undoubtedly you will, because if you uh, eat better and have, reduce the amount of empty calories you're eating, you are going to probably drop some weight, then you will feel better and your life will be better. Like in this person I was watching the other day, she literally said, I lost 155 pounds and I became a trainer and nutritionist and my life was so much better and I love myself so much more. And I want to tear my hair out when I hear that. And by the way, my hair is a whole different story. And look, I'm getting really silver here. If you watched my struggles with that, trying to go silver without cutting off my hair, because I'm really enjoying having it long. But that's a whole different. Sorry, that was just a tangent. But anyway, if you are watching this live, I would love to hear from you. I'd love. I'm not sure StreamYard is showing me comments, but please, if you would like to share some of what you're thinking, I would love to know. Whether you're watching it live or as in the replay or on YouTube, I'll be putting it up as a video. Um, I would love to know what you think, because it's something that I've really been thinking about for a long time, because I really love the products that my company sells. and but the fact remains is that I could not bring myself to go out and tell people, you are broken, there's something wrong with you, use this product and you will feel and you will be a happier person, because that's really what everybody wants, right? It's not just that they want to feel physically better and be more, have more energy and feel better in their clothes, da 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 da, all of that. Where what people are really looking for is to feel valued and that they are worthy. And if we have a society that tells people that are not thin, white, cis, youthful, uh, all of those things, and that people who go in, if we have a society where people who are not that particular standard of beauty, especially people who are coded feminine, if you don't fit into that, then you're basically shamed and told that you're broken and there's something wrong with you and you are less than that. Now, people have, you can't make yourself younger if your skin is not white. It's kind of, people actually do a lot of terrible things to themselves trying to make their skin lighter. That's a whole different story. But one thing that people do feel that they can control is their body weight. And so people will do terrible things to themselves to try and reduce that body weight. But the thing is that if you are trying to force your body to do things, your body doesn't like that, and your body is going to spring right back. All those stories like The Biggest Loser, they put them in these terrible things like ridiculous amounts of exercise and starvation diets and so on. And then people drop the weight. And then as soon as they're released from that bondage, it all comes right back, because they didn't really, really release it. They forced it off, but they didn't release it. So from my point of view, they're putting the cart before the horse. People who feel good about themselves are going to release as much of the toxic weight as their body feels it needs to do. Because God knows we don't all want to look like Kate Moss. And if, sorry, just a message coming through there. And we don't want to look like Kate Moss. I don't know if Kate Moss wants to look like Kate Moss. That's a whole different story. But the point is that are all different kinds of bodies, and we're all beautiful, and we're all worthy, more to the point. We don't necessarily have to spend our lives satisfying other people's gaze. If we look in the mirror and we just groan and we go and we call ourselves terrible names, it doesn't matter whether we're actually thin or not. One of the hallmarks of an eating disorder is that people will lose all their weight. They'll be skinny. They'll be look like waifs. They'll look like a breeze could blow them over. And they'll look in the mirror and they'll still only see that they hate themselves for being fat. And that's why anorexics, die, because they cannot love themselves. They make themselves disappear. And so I want to beg of you, don't do, if you're watching this, don't do that to yourself. So I want to make sure that we don't I want us to understand that well-being and self-love comes first. And yes, healthy eating, and yes, supplements can help. And if you follow me at all, you know that I love exercise. I need it more for my mental health than for my physical health. I mean, it's good for my physical health, of course, but it's mostly for the mental health, really. If I don't get out for a run a couple of times a week, and if I don't get to lift, lifting, then it messes with my mind, not more than with my body. So let's work on our well-being, okay? And so that's basically what I wanted to say. I don't like making these too long, so I'm going to wrap this up. But I just wanted to explain to people, because I do have a business. I do love the products that I use, and I really do love them. What I'm not going to do is go out there and tell you that you are broken and you need to do this in order to lose weight, just as if that is something that is worthy in and of itself. Again, if you take good care of yourself, if you sleep well, if you eat well, if you take good supplements, because a lot of our food supply is not as nutritious as it should be, and you move well, you are going to feel better. And when you feel better, a lot of good things happen. But just a number on a scale means absolutely nothing about your value, about your lovability, about your beauty, about your ability to be successful. Just look at Lizzo. And you can say also, can imagine that not everybody is as impressed with Lizzo as I am. I think she's amazing. But the fact remains, she's highly successful. So make of that what you will, because she's not according to that particular stereotype, which is so harmful for so many people. So that was my rant for the week. So I'm going to be doing them now on Wednesdays instead of on Sundays. There's various reasons for that. And I hope you will drop comments on this. Let me know what you think. And you can also, I've got a banner going if you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube. Then I've got a banner going at the bottom here which says where you can check out my links. And that link is also in my bio, so you can find it there. And that's where all the things are, where you can find me, all my socials, all my links for my Substack and things like, and my website, all the good things. So I would love it if you could check it out there. If you're on YouTube, please give me please subscribe, please follow over everywhere. If you want to like, if you want to follow, I would absolutely love that. And so have a great evening. Love to know what you think about this, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. see, to turn off all the things. Stop and broadcast.